Hey everybody, we are
Night Ranger!
And that's right, you are watching
Masaito's Rock TV!
Keep it up!
Masaito's Rock TV.
So anyway, welcome back to Tokyo.
We're
Thank
glad to
you.
be back.
Oh yeah?
We love it, yes indeed.
Jack, this is present for my seller.
Oh my
You
God.
remember last time I gave something?
Oh, I love it! I love... Oh!
Opus?
Oh my goodness.
Opus won us.
Very
Oh my
good.
gosh. Thank
Show
you.
me the people.
Oh.
This is for before the show, right?
I don't know.
Very, very expensivo.
What is
Thank
that,
you.
Mexican?
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is wonderful. We'll open it tonight. We'll
Yeah.
celebrate
Yes.
tonight in Tokyo.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much,
I know,
Masa.
I know you won't do it, you're going to hide it.
No.
まあ今回ファーストセカンドの完全再現で一番ファンが見たい演目なわけですけど、ファンのすごいんじゃないかと思うんですけどどうですか？
Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah,
Yes.
it's just crazy. I mean, it's
Exciting.
it's really exciting. It's fun for us because some of these songs we haven't played for 30 years.
Or never.
Or never.
Or never.
Some of those songs we've never
Yeah.
played live, and so here we are playing them, and we're like, for us, we're absolutely embracing old friends
Yeah.
that we haven't seen for 30 years.
That's right.
It's kind of like that, you know what I mean? And it's just a wonderful experience. Very, very, and I think the fans love it. I think it's really great.
Oh, they've been reacting to some of the songs like Young Girl in Love.
Yeah.
And some of the songs from the first album that were deep tracks. And we start playing it and they just explode. It was just a great experience.
never
Singing
heard
all
us
the
play
words.
them.
Yeah, they're singing all the words. It's great.
Never heard us play them. So
And it's fun
sometimes-
for us because it's different.
Yes, yes, very much so.
このファーストセカンドの名曲の数々が色あせない理由は何だと思いますか？
Yeah, there's a certain era in rock and roll where songs just become in the collective consciousness of all of us. And it's what we grew up with, it's what was in our heart and soul. It brings us back to when we were young, when we were carefree, you know, and
Wild.
I think, yeah, and wild and crazy, and now it's everybody with families and job and working and, you know, and everything like that.
And it's a great release, man.
Yeah,
People have to come
absolutely.
out and just
Absolutely,
enjoy it again.
but it's the same thing with me. I mean, I go back and listen to Elton John's "Mad Men Across the Water." I mean, I never get tired
You
of that.
grew up
record.
with it. This is the
Yeah.
soundtrack of your life.
Yeah, or Jeff Beck's "Truth," you know, and Led Zeppelin 4. I mean, these are just songs that I will listen to over and over and over again. I think it's just at this moment in time, those songs meant so much to people that it still does.
Like Madonna, Like a Virgin.
That's Brad's favorite song. No, actually, he likes "Girls Just Want to Have Fun."
Ooh,
With Brad.
that one too.
With
That's
Brad.
the soundtrack of my life.
まあ特にファーストアルバムは日本で大ブレイクしたアルバムなんですけど、ファーストが日本で受け入れられた理由は何だと思いますか？
And it was amazing for us because before our records were, really starting to pop in America, we came here. And we came over here and we were big stars or getting a lot of notoriety on the first album. And then we always laugh about it because then we went back to America to obscurity, to like nobody knew us yet. We were still trying to break the album.
But
So
we got our first gold records in Japan.
Here,
We came
yeah.
here, and then they were that first year in 1983. I think it was our first tour. We've got gold records for the Dawn Patrol and the Midnight Madness because Midnight Madness had just come out and it sold immediately gold in Japan. We toured over here first in like December, something like that, and then we went back to the States, and then we blew up and and then we had huge gold and platinum albums in 1984. In 83 and 84 in the United States too. So it was really our first real taste of big success.
Yes.
Was here
Exactly.
in Japan.
And luckily, when we went back to the States and started touring, MTV came out. And we had Don't Tell Me You Love Me video. And it was all over MTV and all over radio. So that's when we became popular in America. But it was after, but Japan was first. And after we became famous in America. Then we had a big tour and went around. Then we came back here again, and we figured out we've been here 14 times, and we've played 71 shows. Tonight will be the 72nd show.
Yes.
Wow.
I counted.
You got it.
Every one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll tell you every song we
No,
played.
no, 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 no.
まあやっぱり日本の当時のそのナイトレンジャーのファーストはそのジャック・ブレイズのすごくポップな歌い方とそれからブラッドたちのそのすごくギターのテクニックがすごいとこういうバンドいなかったのでそれで注目を集め始めたんですね最初はね。
Interesting, interesting. I mean, we feel like with Carrie and Eric with us now, that we're the strongest that we've been in just
Ever been.
in ever. I mean, it's just we're so excited every time we walk on stage with with all, the five of us here with Eric and with Carrie. It's just we get we have fun. We love it. It's not work. It's just like sheer pleasure and joy. And I think that maybe you're right about how the Japanese fans picked up on the fact in the very beginning it was the same way. It was just sheer pure joy that we wanted to be here, and we were so just happy and just wonderful and up, and exciting and everything like that. And I think that feeling has stayed with us all these 36 years.
I think to add to that, I think he's absolutely right, boss. That I mean, the songs that these guys came up with, the catalog of songs are just incredible. They stand the test of time. I think it is a very cool element, like you said, some of the hard rock elements, the musicianship, but yet they still have the great sing-along choruses that will last forever. That's I know I'm comparing this to the ultimate, but like a band like the Beatles, they have incredible choruses and incredible sing-along songs that just are in your head, and these guys, man, they did it. And so I really think that's why the people can relate to it and they connect with it.
Well, but the good thing is we're sold out for all 4 shows here, so that means something,
It's a toast. Tequila.
Oh!
Right now.
Out of the bottle.
Breakfast in Tokyo.
Breakfast of
Tequila
champions.
and Opus 1.
Opus 1, yes. There you go.
ブラッドねやっぱり80年代のギターヒーローブーム来る前のギタリストなんですよブラッドはね。だからそういう意味ですごく80年代のオリジネーターじゃないかと思うんですよギターのテクニックとかプレーのねその辺どう思いますか
I think this question's for me.
Yeah,
It is.
not you.
I heard Blado.
Blado.
I heard Blado. Wow.
Guitar Heroes.
Interesting.
Let's have a hand for
Wow.
Brian.
Well, I tell you, I kind of disagree because I grew up, my guitar heroes that came out in the 70s, was, Jimi Hendrix and Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck. And that's what I grew up on. And those are the
Eric Clapton.
guitarists,
Yeah.
that I emulated and I picked up from. But the 80s spawned a whole new breed of commercial guitarists that got major airplay, which we were part of, and part of that MTV movement. But thank you. But yes,
Randy Rhoads too, right?
Yeah, Randy Rhoads. I mean,
Eddie Van
I
Halen.
first came here with Ozzy, in 1982, and I was just blown away by Japan, and personally, everybody, the 3 of us could attest to when we came our first time to Japan, there was probably 100 or 150 fans at Narita Airport.
Wow.
Then we come to the Keio Plaza Hotel, and there was 2,000 people in the lobby hanging out for us. And we were
Crazy.
like, oh my gosh.
Crazy.
And the management came to us and said, no, don't stay here. You got to go to your rooms, right? And we all went up to and checked in our hotel rooms, and me and Jeff Watson went, come on, let's go back down. And we went down, and it was great, and all the security and management.
Because the girls, they wanted to see the girls.
Oh, yeah, well, that was fun too. But security's like, no, you can't stay down here. But it was just so exciting for us, and it always is when we come to
And it still is here.
Yeah.
It still is so exciting for us. I mean, we were talking to Eric. I was talking to Eric, and I said, Eric, how you doing? And Eric's like, man, I'm having the best time ever. I mean, he just said, tell him. I mean, just...
Yeah, Eric.
Oh, yeah, it's, Japan just continues to, this is my 4th time now being here, all 4 times with Night Ranger. And, yeah, I feel like every time I come over now, I'm finding a deeper appreciation of of the people here and the culture here, and just what a remarkable thing to be able to come to a place where you know, I can just go to a store and hold out change in my hand and let them pick out the right amount and not have to worry about it.
That's great. I love that. That's really cute.
That's awesome.
まあやっぱりそのナイトレンジャーの今こうインタビューしてても皆さんのそういうなんだろう人柄の良さっていうのがやっぱりファンもね音楽の中にちゃんと発見できてそれでやっぱりなんだろう親しみを持ってねファンになった人って多いんじゃないかと思うんですよ。日本のファンはね。
Well, you know, yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it because we don't take ourselves so seriously. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like it's rock and roll, but baby, it's only rock and roll, and I like it, as the Stones would say. You know what I mean? So it's not like, you know, we take ourselves so seriously.
It's gotta be fun.
However, we take very seriously playing and performing for our fans. We take that very seriously. We take very seriously writing songs. We, you know, and we work hard on all that kind of stuff, but we don't take ourselves, and I think that seriously, and you know, and I think the fans pick up on that. They realize that it's fun is the best thing to have, and this band is a fun band from the start to the finish, from A to Z, from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. It's fun, but when we lay it down, man, we lay down that rock. We lay down the rock for the fans, and they know that too.
今振り返ってファーストアルバムっていうのは客観的に見てどういうアルバムだったと思いますか？
I think it was a great record to introduce what Night Ranger wanted to accomplish in life. And I think
the first two records.
Yeah, the first two records basically. But the Dawn Patrol record, I think, introduced us to the world. And when those first notes of the first single, Don't Tell Me You Love Me, came on, I mean, how many guitar players in America were inspired with all of a sudden on this train track, they're hearing and then the solos blazing away and the double harmonies at the end. Who was doing that then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is rock and roll.
Yeah.
That is American rock and roll. That is Night Ranger rock and roll. That's California, San Francisco rock and roll. And that's who we are.
確かに LA のロックとは全然違ってましたよね、当時からね。
Yes.
A little bit different, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. LA, they take themselves too seriously. No. LA, tell us about LA rock.
Easy
from
LA guy.
Kind of LA, Orange
Kind
County.
of
Orange
County, yeah, right.
Okay.
But no, that's, you know, but I mean, we're in there with, we grew up, we came of age with Journey, you know, and Huey Lewis and the News, and
Doobie Brothers, all these
and
San Francisco
what's that?
bands.
Eddie Money.
Eddie Money.
You know what I mean? These were the people that we knew. These were our friends. These were everything that, and that sort of molded us and formed us. But really, if you think about it, this band was a big Thin Lizzy. We were all Thin Lizzy fans. And if you think about the arrangement with the bands, like twin lead guitars, a bass player that sings, catchy songs, really rocking and everything like that, we just added a keyboard. You know what I mean?
And a second, two vocals, two lead vocals.
Two vocals.
Two lead guitar players.
Yeah, two lead guitar players, vocals.
Which is rare.
And we added, but we took a page from Journey with the keyboards. We took a page from
Huey Lewis with the
songs. With the song, great hooky songs.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. But I mean, when we molded ourselves, we took a major piece from Thin Lizzy, that rock and roll attitude.
Guitars,
the double guitars and that down, 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 down. Come on, man. I mean, it's like we listened to that, we said, that is who we want to be. You know what I mean? So I think that formed the genesis for the Night Ranger sound.
Same question, Kerry. What do you think? First album, Dawn Patrol.
What songs?
What do you think?
Oh, Dawn Patrol to me, just like what Jack was saying, when I reiterate what he was saying, is that it was what Night Ranger was about and where we came from, which it had a little bit of pop in there, but it had the big rock sound that we wanted. The fact that we sing really well together, so that combination really for me, was what Night Ranger was about. And we tried to keep that throughout every album that we did. So I think Dawn Patrol is basically like a good starting point, Midnight Madness, even better songs and more rock. So I love Dawn Patrol. It was the first record I ever made.
Yeah.
So it holds a good place in my heart for that.
And like Kelly said, we grabbed a piece of like what the Beatles did with 2 lead singers, and we did that with Night Ranger also.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we kind of stirred it all up of everything we wanted to be, everything we loved. We said, let's make a band that's a combination of everything that we love.
Exactly.
2 twin guitars blazing away, 2 lead singers, all that kind of stuff. Rock and roll, yet pop.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. And so we created what we wanted to create, and that was Dawn Patrol.
ではミッドナイト・マッドネスを聞いてバンドの成長はどう感じました？ファーストからセカンドへの成長って意味ですけど。
The first and second record, they were kind of the same, the same harmonies, 3-part harmonies, and double singers. They'd switch off on songs.
Double guitar harmonies.
Guitars. We kind of stick to that format throughout our whole career because that was Night Ranger,
Right.
But there was songs that we put on the second record that we saved for the second record. We had
It was on the first. It could have been on the first.
Yeah.
But
We had Sister Christian
We'd written that
on our first demo that we held
Yeah.
out for the second record.
in 1980.
And the record, they knew that song was going to be huge. And, there's a lot of bands that have that sophomore, what do you call it? Jinx, where you do the first record is big, then they go on, they're a party and stuff, then they just go in the studio and write these records that aren't very good. We had all the stuff in the can, and then when we went to do the second record, we knew that we had to pony up. We had to step up, right? And we did, and it came out, and of course MTV was still heavy on us, and with Rockin' America came out, talk about the American anthem song, I mean, it was huge, and then right after that, Sister Christian, whoa, it was huge, So.
Yeah, I think the thing about Sister Christian that's different from some of the other ballads is that it's not a love song. It has nothing to do with it. It's just, my brother, my sister. It's about my sister. So it's not like I love you, girl.
It's not, babe, I'm leaving.
I know it's not that exactly. So that helped in a lot of ways, even though it was a big hit.
I think so. I think the evolution, like Brad said, we were on the road and we were forced into making that second album very quickly because our first record label, Boardwalk Records, went bankrupt. It disappeared. And all of a sudden we're like going, what's the... And so our manager said, off the road, into the studio, cut a record, and go quick. And like Brad said, a lot of bands, they spend their entire lives...
Getting the first one together.
With the best songs, just getting, just totally the wheat from the chaff and just making sure they have the greatest songs and everything. And so it all lined up. And then it's like, they got to do their second album. They're like, what do we do now? But like you said, for us, we had written Let 'Em Run before. Before, and Sister Christian before. But then, while we were on tour with Dawn Patrol, we wrote songs like, Touch of Madness, Rumors in the Air. I mean, Brad and I, we came up with the idea for Rockin' America sitting in a hotel room reading American magazines that were saying rock is dead.
Yeah.
It was like the Cars, Blondie. It was the Cars, Blondie, Haircut 100, Flock of Seagulls, boy, all these bands, and everything was saying rock is dead. And I said, wait a minute, how can it be dead? We're on tour with Sammy Hagar, selling out, and everybody's rocking. And I said, you can still rock in America. And we're like, let's write that song. And that's how, boom, that came about, just like that. One of those songs that was written in about an hour. You know what I mean? But that's how it evolved while we were on the road. We got those feelings, and when we had to come right off the road, we had these ideas in our heads. But we knew what we wanted to do. We knew we wanted a touch of madness. We knew we wanted a Rumors in the Air. We knew we wanted a Why Does Love Have to Change? A Rockin' America. And we knew we had Sister Christian. So we just went in there and did it, and then immediately went back out on the road again, and the rest is history.
Was Irving Azoff, when the Boardwalk had gone bankrupt, Irving Azoff brought us to MCA, signed us. Bruce Bird, our confidant at Boardwalk, brought us over to MCA. This is within a 2-week period after we came home from the first tour. They said, you got 2 weeks?
Right in the studio.
Yeah.
Boom.
And
It's like-
Irving, give me a record and I'll sign you, you know.
And of course, it was the biggest record for us in the United States. Millions of copies sold. So it was very good. So we broke out of that sophomore jinx, as they say.
We had 1 day off in 1983.
Just
I
one.
went to the beach.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah.
been going ever since.
Only for 6 hours.
You know, what's great for us also is like ever since we reformed in '96, you know, that happened because the Japanese said, you know, we'd like to bring you to Japan with the original lineup and we'll give you a record deal and a tour. So we said, yes, we jumped on it. Now we've changed members since then and had a few, you know, things going on there. But every year, we've been upping our game with more shows every year. This year has been the biggest year we've had since the 80s. Next year, it's going to be bigger.
It's looking even bigger.
And you know, we're talking 100 shows a year. You know, that's huge for us.
So are we crazy? Are we crazy or good?
Good. Good. Of course. Of course. どうですか。そのやっぱり今言ったようにナイトレンジャーはね新しい黄金時代を迎えつつあるという気もするんですよ。特に日本での人気を考えるとその辺どうですか。
A renaissance.
I agree. I agree.
I agree.
Yes. For
Some of
10
these-
more years.
some of these-
Renaissance.
Some of the fans that come see us, remember they've been around since the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, we recognize some of these people, you know, and in fact, Jack mentioned at the show last night, you know, how many people saw us back in, you know, 1983, and out of the couple thousand people at the show, there was quite a few hands.
Yeah.
that raised in the air,
Probably 500.
Cool.
you know,
Cool.
and they're all really old now.
Not as old as us.
じゃあ最後に一人ずつ日本のファンにメッセージをお願いします。
Well, I want to thank everybody that came to see these sold-out shows that we're doing here in Japan, and it's just an honor to be here, and just the culture and the people and the food and just everybody's so great here in Japan that it kind of makes you think about, you know, we wish America could be that great, but you know, there's something about it that will touch our hearts forever, and we look forward to coming back next time with a new record.
Good. Okay.
For myself, I'm very humbled and honored to be able to come back to Japan every couple of years and play for the fans. And so my heart goes out to the fans, and I love the fans, and I hope we can always come back. Thank you so much.
So, Jack Blades, you have always been with us. We will always be with you. The Japanese fans mean everything to us. We get so excited when we come here. When we step on the stage, all we want to do is give you more, more, and more. And we'll keep doing that. I promise you, we'll never, never let you down because we love you.
As well, I've been coming to Japan for about 25 years and always have had an incredible experience. Reiterate what the guy said, because all of the Japanese rock fans are so great, and they know good music, obviously. And I want to thank the guys here, Night Ranger, for allowing. I'm in the band with these guys because they are great, man. They are great guys, great music, great songs, and we do have a blast playing here and all over the world. And that's really what it's all about. But yeah, all the fans here are so great every time, and so I thank you all.
Yes.
Eric Levy, and from the bottom of my heart, being able to come over here as a non-original member now for the 4th time with Night Ranger, and the way that people have accepted me as being a part of the band, it's humbling and fulfilling, and I love being here. Thank you.
And so now, we drink.
Back on that.
Masahito!
Yeah, Masahito! Rock and roll!